Yeah. 140 yeah. Yeah.
But the Rex get to it. Ain't taking no slack, get to it. You take a loss, try to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Do it, I can prove it. Bro, boy, we can do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cows, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it. Hey.
I don't care what they talking. All I want is my Porsche. I'ma ride up clean. Look at me. I'm a false. Kill them off like a boss. Nigga, you better stop it. I'm all about my profit. I'm shooting off like a rocket.
Who got to blow these niggas out the water? He go hard and go harder. Steph Curry, fourth quarter. All I got is my niggas. All I fear is my father. All I bring is that slaughter. Bomb on the Pearl Harbor. He ain't real, he alive. If he real, who am I? Now his ass in the fire. You be kind till I die. Please don't cross the line. Try to stop trying. Bomb shop is my wire. I'm on the grind. Let's get to it. Double time and believe. You ain't harming me, nigga. I brought a whole army of niggas. So I ain't move with precision. Follow every order given. Let's get to it. Niggas on the race, get to it. Ain't taking no shit, get to it. You take a loss, try to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Undisputed, I can prove it. One walk, we can do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cows, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it.
You hear the truth that I'm speaking? Lot of hate for no reason. You probably don't understand. That's why I got the master plan. And all the power in my hand. Sling the shit on demand. You better watch where you stand. Just get flamed up and ain't changing up for nobody.
They're warfare, what you know about it? This ain't a rap, this a message. Ain't a real, be respected. Fake niggas like a virus. Lot of niggas infected. I came to correct it. Bought a whole bunch of soldiers. They move at my discretion. When the rebels hit the inch, all them niggas hit the exit. Them niggas get the sprinting. I demand your attention. Solid nigga, I ain't folding. Plus you know a nigga hold it. Nigga, look how I'm rolling. Shorty check my demeanor. He's smooth, but I'm cleaner. Flow like Aquafina. Hit him, run the Serafina. Yeah. I got a dilemma. I'm about to have a baby, but I still wanna baby. Let's get to it. Nothing comes to a dream. I'm strictly dead. I'm all about the business. Rock solid and relentless. You came to make friends. I came to make a killing. That's why I don't kill it. Leave these niggas hurting. And Swan Fisher, nigga. Do you need a healing? I know you can hear me. I'ma bet you a rookie. And Kanye, you a Donald Trump loving pussy. I'm a king, you a cook. Ain't nothing you can tell me. I'm too ready. Let's get to it.
Hello, Discover Card here to explain our cashback match.
Fuck, man.
No cover, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this Brotherhood is a weapon, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No cover, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this Brotherhood is a weapon, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. Yeah, you nigga know I'm about to bring the heat right. Shit, I used to live the street light. Hey, now I still keep the heat tight. Now nigga all gold like a green light. They say 144, nigga, you can get it. Ain't gotta tell me twice. Tryna stack a couple grand, get on some land, and put us on the field in the field with the Warriors. And you know a nigga glorious, but we still keep it G though. Gotta keep it G. Keep them tools Home Depot. Might hit him with the Rico. Hey, hit the nigga with the Rico. Hey, said they fucked up the rap game. What you looking at me for? So I know they can't stand me. That's why I keep a Glock handy. Might sip a little brandy while I'm chilling with the family. Tell him a real nigga landed. Dressed in all black like a bandit. Bitch, I ain't come to play. Bitch, I came to do damage. No cover, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this Brotherhood is a weapon, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left from back now. I thought I'd let you know this Brotherhood is a weapon. Now I never let it go, never let it free. Shit I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. Back now we ballin'. Ain't Babylon fallin'. You know the path a nigga walk. Know that I walk. Nigga raised up, now I'm all in. And all I ever wanted was the win and the big body bench. Now I'm gone in the wind, trying to stack a couple in. Now let's get it in, yeah, let's get it in. About to make the shit tremble. 144, the rebel. Yeah. About to turn it up a level. Heat the bitch up like lava. And it probably bring a whole mob. And all that we fear is our fall. And I'm headed for the top dollars. And ain't none gonna stop me. None gonna stop. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left from back now. I thought I'd let you know this Brotherhood is a weapon, and I never let it go, never let it free. Shit I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left from back now. I thought I'd let you know this Brotherhood is a weapon, and I never let it go, never let it free. Shit I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know.
Ain't got no time to play, ain't no other way. I got them soldiers on the way now. Ain't got no time to play, ain't no other way. I got them soldiers on the way
We live? Oh, shalom. 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 Is that on? Shalom. 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 Shalom, shalom. We live? Okay. Here, go ahead, clap it up. This is an Isupk. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Hall, New York, on the Commander General Yohana. It's a Tuesday Durham Brotherhood class. And we could, you understand, share this class, share, subscribe to the channel, like the video. You understand? Push this truth throughout the whole world, man. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. If I could, give me Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. If you have any questions online or in the room, let's get the questions ready. We'll start here first, though.
Go ahead, sir.
Everybody 12? Y'all good?
Good.
To go? We're going to get it on today.
That's right.
We're going to get it on today, man. The world is coming to a crumble, man.
Damn right.
You understand? We seeing time of America is in distress. Yeah. America is in distress, man. All the money in the world that America has, that has gained from the lives and the slavery of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, cannot control them crazy, You understand? Them mass shootings, man. Can't control their country, man. You understand? And this country is turning into a hellhole, man.
That's right.
It already was a hellhole, but now it's turning into hell for the man that is running it, man.
Right.
For so long, this place has been heaven for our oppressor, but now his babies are dying, man.
Right.
His elderly is dying. Them veterans that's in that military, that COVID-19 is wiping them out.
That's right.
And this is becoming hell for America, man. They having to sit up in their house. Now they scared of the monkeypox. They scared of the monkeypox, man.
God.
Like they ain't playing. America is on edge, man. Anything they come out with anything. They could come out. We can make a fake post right now saying that the Tabawan disease is hit. America is going to run indoors and hide. They're gonna lock their doors. They ain't bold no more, man. Like the scriptures say, man, pride leadeth to destruction, man.
That's right.
You understand? And when the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, man, just to show his power. And the Lord is showing his power, man. The Lord is having his way with America right now, man. You understand? For all the crimes that they committed to black people, man. It's only right that they have to live in a hellish condition, man. It's only right. I tell you one thing, with all the money and the resources that America got, they better get control of these mass shooters, these mass killers, man.
Right.
These mass shooters that's popping up out and left and right, man. You understand? Do we got any information on that Texas shooting, man? I know it was in some city, like, man. America is going crazy, man.
Right.
The Lord is causing terrorists to rain terror down on America, man. And black people better understand something, man. The one thing you better take out of these mass shootings, man, is for one, you better learn how to love the brothers and sisters that you have around you, man.
Right.
You better start to learn to love them, man. Because right now, the Lord is inciting terror on this place, man. He inciting terror through the ways of COVID-19.
Right.
He inciting terror through the ways of mass shootings, man, and killings, man. And so you better learn to love them people that surround you, man. You better learn to take care of them children, man. You better stop treating them children bad and sending them to school with bruises on their backs, man. Bruises on their face, man. You better start taking care of those children and loving those kids that you got, man. You understand? Because of, as sad as it is, man, it ain't guaranteed that you send your child to school and they make it back home. You better learn that.
Right.
And then you better learn that the Lord ain't playing with this place, man. The Lord ain't playing with this place no more. And you better start getting with these brothers in the Isupk, man. You better start getting with them to protect your children, man. To protect them, to protect your families, man. You better get with them. Go ahead.
Lockie, if I may. So what you're saying is so heavy, man. Like, I know you about to, just completely go in. You know what I mean? It's like right now, this is the worst time to be some fool that leaves the truth.
Right.
Like, ooh wee. Like I'm just saying, like I'm just imagining some cat then left the truth last week or something, and now he looking at the news, school shooting, mass shooting, school shooting. You know what I'm saying? After he done, he or she then turn their back, on the ISUPK. When this is the number one place, if you Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, this is the only place where you can even hope to have some protection from the world that you say, like you said, is obviously going crazy.
Right.
That ain't gonna stop no time soon. So
right. Yeah, and it's only gonna get worse. The Lord gonna bring more plagues. There's gonna be more shootings. That race war is coming to America, man. And it's already been here. But they're gonna start to show you exactly how they feel about you, man. I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with World Star Hip Hop, but it's like a World Star Hip Hop is a media outlet that shows, just crazy stories that's happening in the media. If you want to know the value that America has on a Black life, just go to World Star Hip Hop. Just find any video of some random fight, which it'll be on the first page. There's always some kind of fight between Black people up there. And just click the comment section. That's all you gotta do. And you're going to see exactly how they feel about you behind a keyboard, behind a computer screen, man. And you're going to see the things that they say about you, the things that they want to do to you and your people, man. And right now is the time for us to realize that we got to separate from this place, man. You understand? We got to separate from this place, man. You know, if you believe in Martin Luther King, then don't be mad at school shootings, man. Because if you know anything about black people always do what? For time's sake, I'll give it to you. They always voice how they would run things. They always say, well, if it was my school, I'd do this and that to stop from this, that, and the third. If it was my school, I'd do this. If it was my bus station, I'd do this. Well, you believed in Martin Luther King, well, you gave that right away. That's right. You don't got the right to say what you do. You are now subject under to what your oppressor wants to do. Under to how he wants to run his school systems. You understand? And so right now is a time that we should separate from it. It was always a time to separate from our oppressor, but now you're seeing that you need to separate. Why? Because you seeing terror come amongst your children and you got no might in your hand to stop it. Right. You ain't got no control over what you're going to do, man. You wanted the police officers to go in and kill that devil, man. Right. You wanted them to shoot him dead in that parking lot of that store while he had the weapon in his hand, man. But of course they didn't. And you know why? Because we don't have no authority in this place, man. Right. There's no might in our hand here, man. And the Lord is showing us that this is time, man. We in these last days, man, and it's time that we separate from this, man. Right. You understand? But that's what we don't want to hear. We don't want to hear. We want to cover it up. As a matter of fact, drop what you got, hold what you got. Go to 2 Corinthians, man. Okay. Go to Peter's vision, man. I think it's in chapter 3. Right. Chapter 3 and verse 15.
Yeah. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 15. Mm-hmm. But even unto this day, when Moses is read, the veil is upon their heart.
Go up a couple verses.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 12. Seeing that we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech. Mm-hmm. Verse 13. And not as Moses, which put a veil over his face, that the children.
Drop that. Go to Exodus. Okay. Hold that. Go to Exodus 34. Okay. We get something first. You understand? When Moses came down from Mount Sinai, he came down with the answers to save the nation of Israel, man. Right. He came down with the answers, man. He taught the people not to marry. You understand? Not to marry outside your family, man. Outside your race, outside of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. Right. He taught the people not to eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster, man. He taught them how to have life, man, as the Lord commanded him to do. But of course, they rather had believed in Martin Luther King, man. Right. They rather had believed in democracy and the government system, man. They'd rather had believed their oppressor rather than to believe they brother, man. Right. You understand? Read verse 34, 29, Salagia.
Book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 29.
Uh-huh.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 29.
Uh-huh.
And it came to pass, when Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tables of testimony in Moses' hand, when he came down from the mount, that Moses wist not that the skin of his face shone while he talked with them.
He said, what? That Moses wist not that his skin of his face was shown while he talked with him. Why? Why he ain't want his skin on his face to be shown while he talked? Remember, Moses came down like the children of Israel didn't even want to speak to the Lord because it was so frightening to hear what the Lord had to say, man. Because the way the Lord speak, you understand? He speak with the voice of mighty waters, man. Like it's probably, I can only imagine what it sound like to hear the Lord. Officer Thabawan. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Sisters have a hard enough time dealing with General Hyman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They be scared to talk to him. Of course, I know why. But it's like, imagine, you know what I'm saying? This is the Lord talking. The whole nation is deathly afraid. So
Right. You understand? And here's how you also know. The Lord also speaks today. You understand? You heard of Hurricane Katrina. The Lord was talking. You heard of these terrorist attacks. The Lord is talking to you. You understand? COVID-19, the Lord is speaking to y'all, and he's telling you that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man.
That's right.
You understand? But you don't want to listen. And so what is Moses saying here? When he's saying that he didn't even want his face to be shown. Why?
Oh, it's like, sir, just from being there in the Lord's presence, being told but the Lord changed his appearance drastically. Or
not that it changed his appearance. Like just keep reading, right? We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it.
Verse 30. Book of Exodus chapter 34, verse 30. And when Aaron and all the children of Israel saw Moses, behold, the skin of his face shone.
The skin of his face shone, man. Meaning it was shining, man. You understand? Keep going.
And they were afraid to come nigh him.
And they were afraid to come nigh him. Why? Why were they afraid to come nigh him?
Because, slack, sir, if I may, there's this man, his face shining like, all bright after speaking to the Lord. They thought, he might have just, some change, some crazy change happened.
But why were they scared to come to him? What made his face? What made his face to shine, man?
Oh, speaking to the Lord, sir.
But what did the Lord tell him?
Oh, the law, sir.
Yeah.
Oh,
he told Moses what to do and what not to do. You understand? And that was too heavy. It was too bright for the children of Israel at the time, just like today. You understand? You ever been at camp and you be speaking something that's just so plain and simple? You be at camp bringing out Brotherhood scriptures, telling black people to come together, and you'll see black people walking past the camp and they'll do this here. They'll walk past it. And you just be so appalled because you're like, nigga, all I said was that black people should love each other.
Right.
You understand? But it's almost like you got to cover yourself up. It's almost like you got to do what Waka Flocka said. Waka Flocka came up to the camp in Indianapolis with Captain Kaposh, and he said, I hear what y'all saying, but what's up with all this militancy, man? Maybe if you would change the way you approached, then you would hear more people. What Waka Flocka wanted Captain Kaposh to do was to put a veil over his face. He wanted him to dim that light that Captain Kaposh had, man, because it was too hard for people to confront. It's too hard. You ever seen Captain Mashak speak? You got to be a brave soul to go up there and go against what he's talking about, because his face is shining, man. You understand? Just like Moses was. And they didn't like that, man, because it's too hard to go to a brother like that, man. Keep going.
Verse 32. And afterward, all the children of Israel came nigh, and he gave them in commandment all that the Lord had spoken with him in Mount Sinai.
Nah, you skipped one. Skip verse 31.
Oh, select it. The book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 30. Verse 34, verse 31. It's like chapter 34, verse 31. And Moses called unto them, and Aaron and all the rulers of the congregation returned unto him. And Moses talked with them.
And so Moses called the rulers of the congregation, man, and he spoke to them. Keep going.
Come, verse 32. And afterward, all the children of Israel came nigh, and he gave them in commandment all that the Lord has spoken with him in Mount Sinai.
Keep going.
Come, verse 33. And then Moses had done speaking with them. He put
Hold
a
on,
veil.
read that one more time. You missed the part.
Come. Book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 33. Until Moses
right?
Until Moses had done speaking with them.
So until he was done speaking with them, keep going.
He put a veil on his face.
He put a veil on his face, man. He lessened the brightness of the Lord. He lessened the glory of the Lord, man. Why? Because he knew that the people couldn't handle it, right? What's another example that Moses did of this same thing, of this very same thing? Where the Lord gave us one thing, but because of who he's talking to, Moses had to, he had to lighten it a little bit.
It's like
it don't matter.
The bill of divorce,
right? You understand? Divorcing your wife or your husband is a sin according to the Lord, but because of the hardness of our hearts, man, because of the problems we was going through, Moses allowed it, man. Moses allowed us the divorce, which lessened what? It lessened the glory of the Most High, man. He put a veil over his face, man. You understand? Keep going.
Okay. Verse 34. But when Moses went in before the Lord to speak with him, he took the veil off until he came out. And he came out and spake unto the children of Israel that which he was commanded. Verse 35. And the children of Israel saw the face of Moses, that the skin of Moses, the skin of Moses' face shone. And Moses put the veil upon his face again until he went in to speak with him.
So when the Moses was speaking to the Lord, he uncovered his face, man. And he took everything that the Lord was giving him. You understand? All the laws, all the things we should do, all the counsel that the Lord was giving him, man. But when he went out to the people couldn't handle it. You understand? And Moses loved his people.
Right.
Moses loved the Israelites. How do you know? How you know Moses loved the Israelites more so than his own life? Go ahead. Go ahead.
You know, he did because he was raised the son of Pharaoh. You know, he didn't have to. He could have just kept being up in Pharaoh's house, being Moses, getting all the riches, living a good life.
Right.
He didn't have to do none of what he did, but instead he cared about his people so much he threw all that away and made himself an enemy to Egypt on behalf of his people.
And what is the one thing he did, like something that we know he did, tangible, that let you know?
He actually murdered an Egyptian.
He killed the Egyptian for his brother. You understand? A brother he ain't never even know.
Killed Salaki, not murder.
Murder.
Killed an Egyptian.
No,
you said kill. I'm saying I said murder. So I'm correcting myself.
Okay, yeah. He killed, meaning it was rightful for him to defend his brother's life. You understand? Because of course that devil was a wicked bastard, man. That heathen was a wicked bastard who was just tormenting the children of Israel, man, which was his people. Which is how you know that the Lord, that Moses loved his people, man. You understand? And so because he loves his people, he wants his people to walk, you understand, the righteous path. He wants his people to follow after God's commandments. But because following after the Lord's commandments is so hard, you understand, he had to put a veil over his face, man, to cover it up. You understand? Keep going. Or read that one more time.
The book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 35. And the children of Israel saw the face of Moses, that the skin of Moses' face shone. And Moses put the veil upon his face again until he went in to speak with him.
And until he went in to speak with him, man. This is what we can't do. This is what we cannot do, man. You understand? You out on them street corners, man. You teach the people the truth of the Bible, man. You don't put a veil over your face. Right. You don't walk in the mall and say, man, I'm gonna wear the jeans without the fringes, man. Or I'm gonna wear this. You don't look at that coat leader shirt and say, oh, I can't wear this coat leader shirt because I'm not seasoned enough for that. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I want the people to look at me about that with this coat leader shirt on because that's too much for them. You understand? Yeah. We don't do that, man. You put if you got a whole garment on and you want to walk to the mall with a goddamn garment on. You understand? And be ready. Be ready to do what we are bred to do, which is to battle, man, to fight, man, and to bring glory to the Most High, which means that we're going to win that battle, man. And that's what we got to do. Go back to 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 14. So this is what Moses did, man. He put a veil over his face, because his face shines so brightly because of the law, because of the strictness of what he was teaching the nation of it. I mean, the children of Israel, man. And they couldn't handle that. They couldn't handle how strict Moses was and what he was teaching, man. So go back to 2 Corinthians.
This book is 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 15. But even unto this day, when Moses
verse 14.
Book of 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 14. But their minds were blinded.
Go to verse 13.
Book of 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 13. And not as Moses, which put a veil over his face.
Go to verse 12. Salakia.
Book of 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 12. Seeing then that we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech.
We have what?
Great plainness of speech.
We have such hope
Slacker.
that we use great plainness of speech, man. What does that mean that we use great plainness of speech? Seeing that we have such hope.
Slacker, sir, is that like the way you break it down to the folks, like, you know, these scriptures or something? We speak it plain, like, you know, give it to them, not spoon feed them, but, you know, kind of break it down for them.
You can say that, right? But more so, just think of the Christian church, man. You understand? How is the Christian church playing?
It's like, sir, how are they playing?
Yeah, the Christian church is playing. I mean, the Christian church is like this. They see like Koreans floating down on goddamn parachutes, right? And they coming to kill everybody, right? Christians are like this. Christians will get together in a corner and they will just hug each other and say, well, I love you. I love you, son. I love you, dad. I love you, mother. I love you, cousin. I love you, best friend. I love you, girlfriend from 2 years ago. I love you, auntie. I love you. It's been a good ride. It's been a good life. I love you. I love you. But then a brother in the truth will just be like loading up his clip. Like, the hell y'all talking about all this love for? We ain't about to die. Hold on. Where my brothers at? You understand? Getting formation. These Koreans ain't about to kill me. You understand? It's plain to just say, well, we're oppressed. We're in America. Nothing's going to change. So we might as well just live life and just accept whatever happens and just give glory to God and just love and just eventually we'll die. And when we die, we'll go to the pearly gates and we'll get all the best steaks. I wonder what the steaks is like in heaven.
Right.
And that's just plain. And so it's nothing wrong with this being, you turn into a crackhead. You understand? Because of the plain speech of Christianity, man. Okay. You understand? In Isupk, we're not plain, we're practical. There's a difference. You understand? There's nothing plain about surviving in a Korean invasion. It's very practical to live, though. If you want to live and you want to breathe and you want to have children and, you know, do things that any a sane human being wants to do, it'll be very practical to live your life. So that means what? Don't use drugs. You understand? Don't sleep with heathen women. Don't eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. God, for goodness sakes, don't eat monkeys. You understand? Don't see a pangolin and turn into pangolin stew and create COVID-19 amongst your country. You understand? Very practical to not be plain, but to follow the Lord's orders, man. You understand? You got your hand raised?
Oh, you got to it, sir.
All right, keep going.
Come. Verse 13. And not as Moses, which put a veil over his face, that the children of Israel could not steadfastly look to the end of that which is abolished.
Meaning what? Moses put a veil over his face, man, and the children of Israel could not look at Moses, man. Why? I just broke it down.
Come, because the law was too much for him.
It was too much what Moses had to say to him. Keep going.
Come. Verse 14. But their minds were blinded. Man. Their minds were blinded. Now, at this time, were the children of Israel living in the land of milk and honey? La-ah. No, you too wild. La-ah. They weren't living in the new kingdom. They were living in bad conditions. You understand? They were in the wilderness, struggling for their next meal, looking to Moses for guidance. So much and so that they wanted to do what? They wanted to go back to Egypt. Right. They wanted to build that golden calf to Baal, that god that was the god over farming for like a harvest, right? The god of harvest. They wanted to go back to Egypt, you understand, and live under the Egyptians because of the condition that they were in, man. And their minds were blinded, man, just like today. Just like today, we in them same conditions. And so, and just like today, what do? Because we're poor. What do we do because we're poor and we don't have money and our people are dying? What do? It's like they sell drugs. We all rob, steal.
Think about the context of us wanting to worship Baal.
We break the law, so we go and do as the heathens do.
Not on this context. Of course, we break the law, but we don't break the law because we're poor. Like, a black man doesn't break the law because he's poor. He's poor and he breaks the law because, for one, our oppressor is the devil and he's taught him to.
That's right.
Right? But that's not the reason that he breaks the law, right? What do we do because we're poor in America? Selling drugs is, of course, an example, but I want something different.
It's like, so we see how the heathen got rich, and we emulate, we envy the oppressor, so we look to do as the oppressor does. Like
you getting there, you getting there. You do as the oppressor does, and what does the oppressor do, Tabawan?
We hate each other.
Most you was closer on, you understand, Salaki, but you was a little bit closer on doing as the oppressor does. Think about the context of when we were in the wilderness, we were poor.
Right.
We were poor, right? We was in hellish conditions.
Okay.
And we wanted to do what? We built that golden calf to worship after that God of the harvest and Baal.
Okay.
And what do we do today because we're poor? Think about the niggas you know.
Oh,
Think about what they do. Think about what people do today because they're poor.
it's like they get up in that Christian church, want to become a pastor, and
You own it, but it's something I need a little bit more. You own it though. You own it. They going to Christian church and they doing what?
worship white Jesus, sir.
You own it, but I want
You celebrate the holidays?
y'all both own it. I just want something specific. Like y'all saying it, but you ain't saying it. What do we do? And celebrating the holidays and worshiping white Jesus, what are we doing?
We're essentially worshiping white people,
Nah,
Caucasians.
nah. Yeah, kind, but nah. You right, but nah, that's not what I'm looking for.
So make sure I get the question right.
Mm-hmm.
So you say you asking what do we do? Are you looking for an action? Something we
Yeah,
are actually physically doing?
Yeah, explain what we do in America. What are we doing? We poor. I'm using poor for an example because everybody poor, right? And because we poor, we do what? No, it's on the tip of your, you got it. I know you know because you've seen it, man. It's very prevalent.
It's like I said, not worship them, but look to them to save us. So we
Don't
ask
think-
for their
don't
help.
think about the people. Think about the, I'm gonna say it one more time, right? Think about the context of what I'm saying.
Okay.
When we were poor in the wilderness, we worshiped Baal.
Okay.
You understand? It wasn't necessarily the Egyptians that we worship, even though we know that worshiping Baal is equivalent to worshiping the Egyptians because the Egyptians is their God.
Okay.
It's not our God. I might have just given it to you. It's not our God. But because we were poor,
It's like I said,
we did what?
We reject our God.
Not that we reject our God. It means are you on it? You at the doorstep. Just walk through the door. It's not that we did reject our God, but what am I looking for? Not only did we reject our God, but we what?
Replaced our God.
Say it the right way.
It's like not replaced our God, but we took another God.
We worship other gods. You understand? You're poor, so what do? You go into that store and you get that candle from the Mexicans
Come on.
with Saint Mary on it, right? And what's that candle supposed to do when you burn it?
Essentially, to bless you. Or,
It's supposed to give you money.
Yeah, come on.
Ain't one of the candles for money, and then the other candles for what? If you want to find love, you burn another candle, and it got a picture of the Roman Catholic Church on it. And if you want to find prosperity, there's another candle for that. Or what if you just want to what if you want to get somebody killed? What do you do? Oh, well, then you go to voodoo. You go to black magic. Of course, your God isn't enough because your God doesn't believe in cursing people. Right. And because you're poor and because you're oppressed and because you live next door to somebody who you absolutely hate because they play their music too loud, well, of course, your God's not good enough for that. And because you're oppressed and you're angry, you have to go worship who? You got to go worship the voodoo God. You got to go worship the dark magic God because you want this person to just die. Because you're poor, you have to go worship who? You got to go worship your oppressor. You got to go into that LGBT community. You got to do it. You want to be a movie star? Well, the easiest route is to go and blow rod. And so you'll make blowing rod your God. You want to be rich and you're poor in the ghetto, then you'll do what? You'll make selling drugs your God. You'll make Alpo your God. He's the one that you listen to. You'll make Biggie Smalls your God. You'll have 10 crack commandments, more than you don't even know the 10 commandments, but you know the 10 crack ones.
Right.
Why? Because Biggie Smalls has become your God. And you worship other gods instead of worshiping the God of your people. And it's the same thing we did in back in the wilderness, man. You understand? And we listened what Moses was telling us, man. We didn't listen to what that prophet was teaching us, man. And we wanted to go with the thing that was going to make us rich. And we do the same thing today. You understand? We see these mass shootings going on and this COVID-19 and these viruses and stuff that's going around. And we don't want to listen to the priests and prophets of the Isupk, man. Right. We rather listen to what? Well, I hear what y'all saying, but TD Jake said if I come in his church, I'm gonna get a blessing of $15,000, and I need that now. Right. I need that now, and so we'll go worship his God. You understand? And it'll lead us astray, man. Meaning what? None of us will make it to the land of milk and honey, man. Right. Which they did not. You understand? Keep going. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Verse 16, book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 16. Nevertheless, when it shall turn to the Lord, the veil shall be taken away.
When it shall turn to the Lord, the veil shall be taken away, man. Meaning what? When you actually come to serve the Most High, then that veil that was put on Moses' face will be lifted up, man. And what he taught would shine great, man. The Lord's glory will shine great. And now, who lifted up that veil? What man lifted that veil up, man?
Oh, slack sir, Christ, sir.
Christ lifted that veil off Moses' face, man. Christ came back and he ain't give a damn about your feelings. He ain't give a damn about your emotions. When they asked Christ about what Moses did with divorce, what did Christ say? What did Christ say about that? If you could see me one time, Bible Kashat. What Christ say about when the Sadducees and Pharisees asked about when Moses, you understand, allowed the bill of divorce? Might want to take a shot. Anybody online? Want to take a shot, man? What Christ say about that? You go to the precept if you want. Nobody online. I know sweat. I know they all typing real quick. You know, I know Arab. They know the Bible online. People online know the Bible more than us. I'm trying to tell you. I'll be on Facebook's like, God damn. You'll say one thing. Christ was a black man, and somebody will pull like 20 scriptures, and I'll just be reading like, I'm not reading that, but damn, this nigga knows a lot. Come on, I know they just typing. I know they probably got 20 precepts to type. I'm gonna give them a second. Hey, you made me forget my own question just saying that. GP. Yeah. What did Christ say when the Sadducees and Pharisees came to him about the bill of divorce? Top of line.
He said, Moses suffered you to write a bill of divorce because of the hardness of your heart, but from the beginning it was not so.
You know what? Christ lifted up that veil, man.
That's right.
He lifted that glory up. He said, hey, yeah, Moses allowed it, but from the beginning, it wasn't so. Right. You understand? Meaning from what the Lord had taught us or commanded us, it wasn't so. Which means what? You cannot divorce that wife.
That's right.
It don't matter how fat she get. She gonna get very fat. She gonna get to 300 pounds. She gonna be fatter than you. And guess what? You better stay with that fat woman.
That's right.
That's your wife. And your husband, he gonna get fat. You gonna meet him in college, and he gonna be six pads, studded up, a young what they call him, a young stallion, muscles, and he gonna wake. You understand? When you first met him, he get out the shower, he do 45 push-ups in the shower after he get out. Get up and put the baby oil on him. And he purposefully walk out the bathroom with a shirt off. GP laughing. I know GP be doing that, don't he? GP purposely put on the baby oil as soon as he get out the shower with the steaming open. When he open up the door, he got the lights right there at the bottom of the door, and he turn them on as soon as he come out, and you just be like, damn, nigga's a bad man right here. Yeah, 20 years later, he just come out the shower, just rubbing his stomach,
Right.
pass gas on the way out, and you like, this ain't the man I married, man. You better stay with him, man.
Right.
You understand? Because that's the glory of the Lord, man, and that's what Christ did, man. You understand? Keep reading where you at.
Book of 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
Now the Lord is that spirit.
Uh-huh.
And where the spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty.
Where the spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty, man. What does that mean? The spirit of the Lord, there is liberty. What is liberty?
So if I may, liberty is freedom, sir.
Yeah. And where the spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty, man. Meaning that's our freedom, man. This is our salvation where the spirit of the Lord is, man.
Right.
Which is why salvation is only taught in the Isupk under Commander General Yohana, man.
Right.
You understand? We could drop that now, man.
Okay.
All right. You go back to Zephaniah 2 and verse 1 just to get that out the way. But other than that, we got any questions online?
Not right now, sir.
All right.
Okay. So book of Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Gather yourselves together.
Yeah.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Yeah, gather together, man. Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, man. Like I said, man. The when we seeing all of this death, man, that's going on. Of course, we don't know the exact details of what just happened in Texas. I think it's 14 dead, 2 hospitalized or something like that. And we talking about elementary students, man. That hardens a brother's heart, man. You understand? That's a sad thing to have to hear, especially, having children and being around kids, man. It's a sad thing, especially when you think of your own children, man.
Okay.
And so what we got to understand, man, is that the place that we living in is hell, man. This is hell. And because this is hell, we got to start doing the things that is going to get us out of this condition, man, so that you can save your children, man.
Right.
The lesson of death is to value life, man. And so those kids and them people who died, man, at that store and at that school, man, they're gone. They gone. They ain't here no more.
Right.
You understand? They dead and they gone, man. But there's other children that is living. There's other brothers and sisters that is living, man. And they need help too. They want to live too, man. And so we got to start doing the things that we need to do so that Christ will come back and free us from this hellish condition, man.
Right.
And bring us into that new kingdom, man. So that we can be in rulership. So that we don't have to die no more, man.
Right.
And not only just for us, this for Esau too. Y'all better start paying them tithes, man.
Right.
Y'all better start paying your money to the ISUPK so that your children don't have to die no more, man. Right. So that you don't have to live in terror no more, man. Them African babies on them goddamn commercials, every time somebody sends you a quarter, send 10% back to the ISUPK so that you don't have to live in them conditions, man. Because we'll make sure that them Nigerian, I think they said that Nigeria is the most corrupt government on the face of the planet. Well, we'll make sure we put them in check, Doc. You understand? We'll make sure that King Swahili can't rule the way that he's ruling, because he's gonna have to make sure that he's in order.
Right.
You understand? Precept. We're gonna make sure King Swahili, government of Nigeria, is treating his people fairly. You ain't just gonna get rich over your people and drive around in Rolls Royce and Lamborghinis while your children got a problem. I'd be damned. I'd be damned if my children having a great time watching some cartoon that Officer Gapariyov's children created in the New Kingdom, and my children just trying to have a good time, and then a commercial come on and they got to see in the arms of the angels and some Hamite baby. Now my children is so sad. I'll be damned. I'm gonna be on the phone right then and there. Hey, King Swahili, what the hell you got going on? Asking, yeah, you better feed your. I just seen you in a Rolls Royce. You better feed your people, man. You understand? Otherwise, we gonna do what America do. Otherwise, I'm gonna send some troops that way to get you in order. You understand? Precept. Good night. This one that came on. Precept. About how when I don't want to give it to you, but when you understand when we in kingdom, I better not see no goddamn arms of the angels, baby African babies in slow motion, or no dogs being tormented and beaten and killed, or none of that nonsense. I better not see none of that. And it ain't gonna be none of it.
That's right.
And it also won't be no massacres, man. And also all this nonsense that's happening in America, that won't be there either.
That's right.
The 9/11, you won't have to worry about that no more.
That's right.
You understand, Thabawan? You got it?
John, this is the book of Proverbs, 29 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
When the righteous are in authority.
When the righteous are in authority, when blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are in authority, under the authority of Christ, man, Yahweh Shah Mashiach in the Hebrew. Keep going.
When the righteous are in authority,
the
people rejoice.
The people gonna rejoice, man.
That's right.
Now, mind you, this ain't say Israel. This ain't say Israel will rejoice. This ain't say Judah will rejoice. It said what?
The people.
The people. Meaning all people that's living is gonna rejoice. They're gonna be happy. They're gonna be like, them African babies gonna be so happy of what Commander General Yohana did since 1969 in the ISUPK.
Right.
They gonna reference that. They gonna be damn near trying to turn it into a holiday. And we gonna be over there right there saying what? Lie. You understand? You understand? Just hey, just eat your rice.
Right.
Calm down. You understand? You're welcome. You're welcome. You understand? But keep going.
John. Salakia. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn, man. Which is why you see so many commercials of Africans mourning, man. That's why you see so many commercials of them dogs and them cats just beaten down and just in terrible conditions, man. You understand? Because our oppressor is in rulership, man. And his religion is ruling America. And in his religion, you can fight dogs against each other. You can put heavy chains on your Rottweiler and feed him steroids and make him into a greatest fighter because you suck at being you failed at your NBA career. You failed at turning yourself into the next Mike Tyson. So now you got to put your dog on chains. Now you got to turn your dog into you call your dog Tyson and you put a tattoo on his eye because you sucked. Because you were terrible at being a goddamn whatever.
Right.
And so now your dog has to pay for it. You understand? And you don't love your dog. You don't rub your dog's back. You fight your dog until he dies, so then you go shoot him in the head when he loses. You understand? This is a terrible person, man.
Right.
But of course, Christianity teaches us that's okay. But when we're in rulership, you can't do that to your dog.
That's right.
You understand? You have a pet. You have to honor that pet. You got to take care of that pet. You got to mourn that pet's death, man, because it's in the law. And there's no other way that we can live. And so those pets will rejoice. Them shark in the ocean, them shrimp, and them crabs, they going to rejoice that they get to keep their job.
That's right.
You understand? They could be the bottom feeders they was meant to be. You understand? Them lions in the jungle, they can rejoice that they can just live. You understand? They don't have to go extinct no more. The ocean waters, the waters is going to rejoice because we ain't going to be polluting it the way that America pollutes it, man.
Right.
The air, the ozone layer will rejoice, man. It'll be his heart will be gladdened by the new rulership on the earth, man. Because of the pollution, man, and the holes that they put into it, man. The whole earth will rejoice, man, at the rulership of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You understand? Keep going. Or is that it on that? Double one. Come. You understand? That's what I needed. Where we at? Go back to where we at.
Okay. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Gather
yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation, not desire.
Oh, nation, not desire, man. And that's what we got to do, man. That's what we got to realize, that all people have to be in rulership so that our children don't have to die no more, man. It's only one way to get that rulership, and that's to come into the ISUPK and learn how to rule this place, man. Not to be a servant in it. All right, any questions? Questions in the room?
Oh, yeah. Kind of, sir, if I could. Can I get some verses against interracial dating, sir?
Interracial dating?
Yeah, kind of a concept. Or interracial marriage.
Give me give not thy daughters unto his sons.
Okay.
I think it's Deuteronomy 7:3. And then also give me King Solomon. I want that one. For time's sake, we just gonna do this Deuteronomy for time's sake. I think it's 7:3.
Okay.
For time's sake, if we got time, you understand, we might can do King Solomon.
Okay. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Neither shalt thou. We'll go back to verse 2.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
And when the Lord thy power shall deliver them before thee,
Mm-hmm.
thou shalt smite them
Mm-hmm.
and utterly destroy them.
Keep going.
Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them.
Meaning what? All pressure, man. These heathens, don't make no covenant with them.
Right.
Don't show no mercy unto them, man. You understand? Because the Lord got a different plan for them. And it's you understand, you are an idiot to conjoin yourself to a prey, man. Right. You understand? Like you see who know what's going on with Young Thug and Gunna in that Rico case, man. But if you know Gunna was dating, what's that sister's name? That bad sister right there, Salakia. Yeah. Chloe, what's her name? Chloe Bailey. Yeah, that's a bad sister right there. I ain't gonna lie. You understand? But her and Gunna was supposedly dating when she got word that, you understand, Gunna was about to be, arrested because of this Rico case. She cut ties. She cut ties with him. She said, "Yeah, we just friends." You understand? Why? Why would she say that? In the world, of course, she doesn't have the loyalty that, of course, a woman in the UPK has to her husband,
right, that
she's sleeping with. Because, of course, a woman in the UPK will stay beside her husband even when he's facing life, even when he's facing death. You understand? But, of course, she doesn't have that. But what is the mentality behind what she's doing? She's saying, I'm not about to tie myself to a lamb for the slaughter. He about to go to prison. I want to be with a man that I could be with, man. And that's the same mindset we got to have with our oppressor, man.
Right.
Why would you join yourself to the enemy of the Lord? Why would you join yourself when you know that he's coming back to avenge us for the crimes that they've committed? Now you sitting here with a heathen wife, and then what you gonna do? Console her? What you gonna do? Hey baby, no sweat. Just shave your head bald, mourn your people, and then come on. What you gonna do?
Good night.
You understand? It's a dumb thing to do, man. And you should just be with your people because it'll lessen the confusion.
Right.
It'll lessen the emotional attachment that you have with the people that is the enemy of your people, man. You understand? Keep going.
Okay. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Don't take marriages with them, man. I mean, don't date them. Don't be with them. Don't court them. Don't make marriages with them, man. There's plenty of beautiful sisters, man.
That's right.
I got into a huge debate not too long ago with a brother that's from this city, man, who took a prom pic, or his son took a prom pic, and that picture was like 6 black boys from high school here on a prom date with 6 white women.
Good.
You understand? Of course, I'm like, yo, this is disgusting, Doc, because like, okay, think of from a worldly example, you can understand, like, okay, all right, this group of guys, you understand, they in high school, one or two of them might be dating, a white girl or an Asian chick. If you thinking world, it's okay, understandable. But the fact that all 6 of them all had white women, now that was on purpose. Ain't no goddamn way that all 6 of them just needed white women. Not one black sister, man. That was a statement. That was and black women should take that as a spit in the face. And all of them were athletes. All of them were athletes for the school, and that's a spit in the face for black women, man. You understand? And the brother, I wish we could go through that whole conversation, but the brother was defending his son, man, and he was just getting cut up. Give a hand to the ISUPK, man, and the sisters in the ISUPK, man, because they hopped on that post and they started blazing. They started blazing because it was disgusting, man. And also give another hand for Savannah James, because another picture came out not too long ago with LeBron James' son, and he went to prom with a white woman. And if you look through her pictures, she had 4 pictures. 3 of them with all of just Bronny James, and the 4th one was the only one that had a picture of the white date, and they was in the back, and they was blurred out, and there was a picture of her black daughter, and the picture just looking like she was just disgusted. You understand? Now that's a black mother, man. That's a mother who loves her people, man. You understand? Or at least showed that she could love her people, man. Showed the power in that, man, and that was beautiful, man. And that's what we should do, man. You shouldn't bask in the glory of us taking on another nation, man. You understand? Because in the end, it'll destroy us, man. And you know what? That's a perfect example, man. Because if you know anything about LeBron James and Savannah James, you know Savannah James and LeBron met where? They met in high school.
Most High Christ.
That's his high school sweetheart. And so LeBron, give a big up to LeBron James. You understand? Hell yeah. That brother, he ain't in the truth. But he made one right decision in his life, man. Right. You understand? He stood by that woman that was with him in high school, man. Come. He stood by her, and they stood together, man. And they have a beautiful family, man. And so far, none of their sons is women. So they doing all right. He doing all right in my book. You understand? He ain't the most righteous brother on earth, but he okay. Yeah, he lost some points going to that fake Jewish birthday party or whatever, but you understand. He still gets some points for this, for what he's doing with his son as far as with that white woman.
That's right.
You understand? Can you read what you got?
Keep going, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Book of Durham, chapter 7, verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me.
For they will turn away thy son for following me, man. How can Bronny James Jr. listen to the ISUPK when he got a white woman on his arm?
Right.
How can you do it? You understand? How can you learn that being a Israelite means that you can't celebrate Christmas when your white wife wants you to come to the family's house in Albuquerque for Christmas?
Right.
You understand? What you gonna do? You gonna say no to the prestigious white family? What you gonna say no? You understand? You can't.
Right.
Now you trapped. Now you gotta go celebrate Christmas, man. Keep going.
God, that they may serve other gods.
That they may what?
That they may serve other gods.
That they may serve other gods, man. That white woman gonna make you serve other gods.
God.
You understand? She gonna make you serve other. That Chinese woman, she gonna make you serve Buddha. Why? Because the woman, it's an old saying, man, about a house. So a man build a house, but a woman do what?
It's like they're making a home.
She make it a home, and in her decoration, you're gonna have Buddha up there. When she make that a home, you're gonna have chopsticks on the table. Like, what the hell we got chopsticks on the table for? She made your home, Out. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be something that you grew up in. And the reason why it's not something that you grew up in is because you chose a woman from a different nation, man.
Right.
When you should have chose a woman that was like your mother.
Damn right.
Not like your mother. Of course, your mother was terrible, but you should have chose one who was black like your mother.
Right.
Yeah, at least do that. Hispanic like your mother, or Native Indian like your mother. Right. One of those 3. Not all mothers are terrible, you understand, but majority. Right? Keep going.
Come. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
And the Lord gonna destroy you, man. The Lord gonna destroy you, man.
Right.
And that's why you see all these people, man, that's just, married to these heathens, man, and they destroy, man. Kanye West destroyed, man.
Right.
He destroyed, man. Sitting inside of a bush.
What?
Sitting inside of a bush stalking his woman, man. While Kim Kardashian is getting thrashed by some weak white boy.
Right.
He making jokes about Kanye while he hitting that. And he can't stand it.
Right.
Destroyed, man. That hurt brother, man. I feel for that brother, man.
Good
I don't feel for that brother because he should have been in the truth in the Isupk, man.
Damn right.
He chose to be with that whore. He chose to be with a slut. And then surprised why she acting like a slut.
Right.
Disgusting, man. Keep going. Yeah, go. Oh, you got. Yeah, that nigga is hiding in a bush. Like a black man is supposed to be strong, man.
That's right.
A black man's spirit is more so to say, man, to hell with that bitch. That's
right.
what a black man's supposed to be like. Hey, GP. Hey, what's going on, all right? Man, what you doing tonight, man? None. I'm just chilling, man. Cleaning my guns, cleaning my 36 guns that I just bought yesterday. Hey, man, let me tell you what this bitch did, man. She over here talking to some comedian. This bitch is crazy. She done left me, man. Word. Yeah, man. Let's step out to the club, man. GP gonna say, hey, all right. I'm coming, man. And y'all supposed to go to the club, and you supposed to do what? Find another woman.
That's right.
You understand? He gonna say, find you another woman, man. Don't sweat that. You understand? I told you I ain't like her anyway. You understand? You supposed to find you another woman, man. But his spirit is so destroyed, man, that even with all of his celebrity status and all of his money, he is so stuck on some slut that everybody can go right now and see her blowing rod. Right now.
Right.
Like, how is that what nigga? Nigga, you are rich. You richer than rich niggas. And you're stuck on a woman that anybody in the world can go on the internet right now and just watch her blow rod if they wanted to. That's what you stuck on? That's you hide in the bush for that. You don't gotta hide in the bush out to see what she's doing. All you gotta do is go on the internet.
Right.
You can see what she's doing. You can watch it over and over again if you want to. Yeah, she's blowing rod just like that. The same way she's been doing it for years, and it's on the internet. You can watch it in your multi-million-dollar mansion. You can put it on a theater screen and watch it for free. You understand? Of course, it's a sin. I do not advise anybody to go watch it, but you understand what I'm saying. Why are you in a bush over that? Go ahead.
If I may, it's not such a topic. What you're saying is so heavy because the reality is that cat Kanye is a sexual deviant.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
And I'm saying this because brothers be in the world, like you just said, watching pornography is a sin,
right?
But in the world, that just makes all the sense. Watch all the pornography you want,
right?
And now you sitting up here worshiping some woman, watching her get blowing some other man's rod, and now because you a sexual deviant and you seen that, I know Kanye seen it. He said it. He saw the video before when we was in the world, but not when we was in the truth. We all saw it,
right?
And he thought to himself, I want to marry that.
Good.
I want to have kids with that. Well, I mean,
now you're in a bush.
Now you're in a bush.
Now you're in a bush, man. You understand? That's yeah. Yeah, you should go in there and watch. You should just go and watch and her just, tear your woman up. You understand? And she, and that's the thing, man. The Lord destroy her, man. It's not just Kanye. Every black man that you see with an oppressor, they have to have the same countenance that they have when they go to their slave.
That's right.
You understand? Like when a black man has a job with a predominantly white slave, what he got to do? He got to speak a little different. He got to tuck his head a little different, man. He got to, he can't drop him as far down as he usually drop him in the hood. In the hood, a nigga go to the hood and he drop him. You understand? He let him hang. You know what I'm talking about, man? Right. And he put his chest out and he said, I'm the man. You understand? He carried his pistol on him and I dare somebody to talk to me sideways. He go to that job and he put on them pantyhose and he tuck him up there and he lowered, he take that bass out his voice and he's, hey, yeah, how's it going? Yeah, did you catch the game? I was going for LeBron. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, you guys are going to dinner? The Christmas party. I will be there. I gotta find. You understand? And then when he go back home, he like, man, pass me the 40, man. You understand? What you looking at? Man, you don't talk to them oppressors at your slave that way, man. But when you marry that white woman, you entrap yourself into that lifestyle. Because if you start acting like a nigga, she gonna look at you like, hold on, this ain't what I married. You understand? This won't how you was when I seen you in that bank. You understand? Managing that bank, this ain't how you was when you was working in that government building.
Right.
Understand, man? The Lord destroyed you, man. Took all the strength. With a black woman, you can, and it's the best thing, man. Give another clap for black women, man. You understand? Because it's the best thing, man. When you get a black woman and you can just walk in the house and you can just be like, where my bitches at, nigga? Where my, you understand? You just go in there and thump all the ghetto music and all the gangster music and shoot them up, bang, bang, Tupac, and she gonna come through like, where my bitches at? You understand? She gonna come through and she gonna rock out with you, man. And it's a beautiful thing, man. You gonna pull out the 40, and she gonna be like, hey, baby, my lord, let me hit that too. Hey, baby, hit this 40. All right. And she drinking the 40 with you. Babe, go get some fried chicken. All right. And she frying that chicken up. Babe, let's go outside and just do some ghetto. You understand? Like, let's just be niggas for the day. She gonna be like, I've been a nigga every day. You understand? It's a beautiful thing, man. To just be who, you understand? To just be with a woman from your nation, man, because you ain't got to portray to be something else, man.
That's right.
And it makes your life so much easier, man. It makes you be a man, being a man so much easier than being with a heathen woman, because the way an Asian woman portrays a man is not the way that a sister portrays a man, man.
Right.
The way a white woman portrays a man is not the way that a sister portrays a man, man. You understand? Because we grew up different, man. We had different fathers, man. You understand? And so it's terrible, man. It's terrible. Which is and you'll find out this, right? And I'm gonna end off on this topic with this. You go get a heathen woman if you want to. But remember this: you're black. She's not.
That's right.
She's a heathen. She grew up in a different lifestyle, a different culture, and she's able to deal with the problems from her culture. She's able to deal with the success and achievement from her culture. She's not able to deal with the problems from yours.
Right.
So when you have a problem with alcoholism, she will leave you. That black woman won't.
Right.
Because her dad was an alcoholic. And she knows what time it is. When you have a problem with drug addiction, that Asian woman will leave you. But that black woman will not. Because she knows what time it is.
Right.
She's been around drug addicts her whole life. Her uncles, her brothers, her cousins, her fathers are drug addicts. It's nothing new to her. It's nothing new. And so she's more willing to stand with you rather than an Asian woman who ain't never dealt with it.
Right.
That Asian woman, she's gonna leave you if you lose your job. That black woman, she's been married to poor niggas without a job her whole life. It's nothing new to her.
Right.
You so go get that heathen woman if you want to, and lose that job if you want to. You understand? That woman, that black woman, she got a loud mouth. She should shut her mouth. She should stop being a bitch.
Right.
You lose that job if you want to. She gonna talk all kinds of shit about you. But guess what? She gonna come home. She gonna come home right to you after talking shit at the hair salon, and she gonna come home to you and cook you dinner with your broke behind. You understand? I'd rather have that. I'd rather deal with the loud mouth. You understand? Go to Ezra real quick.
Okay.
Ezra chapter 9. In verse 12, this will give you another one that's very quick and easy to explain. Same as this one. Everybody need water? Anybody need to, need a fan on them or anything like that? Everybody 12 as far as the heat?
Come.
But good. If y'all need this fan, y'all, take the fan if y'all need it for a few, or whatever. Then we got water. I think it's some Gatorade in the back. I believe it's some chips in the back if anybody need anything.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Come. Book of Ezra, chapter 9, verse 12. Now, therefore, give not your daughters unto their sons.
So now Ezra's saying the same thing, man. Give not your daughters unto their sons. Keep going.
Come. Neither take their daughters unto your sons. Nor seek their peace. Or their wealth forever.
Neither seek their peace or their wealth forever, man. Meaning what? It's a cut.
Slight,
sure.
Slight, sir. If I may, don't seek to be their friend or their seek to live with them in peace, and or to slack if I could, not to seek their riches, what made them rich or what they have. Basically.
Yeah, like the scriptures say, what precept for time's sake, unless you got it. When it comes to your oppressor, not to seek their peace or their riches.
Envy not the oppressor.
There you go. Yeah, you want it. Most High in Christ.
It's like, sir, if I could, it's book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Envy not, it's like envy thou not the oppressor.
Envy thou not the oppressor, man. Don't seek their peace or their riches, man.
That's right.
Don't give a damn what they got. Let them have it, man. Let them have Kim Kardashian, man.
Right.
If that's the staple in their world, good night. Good night. If that's the baddest white woman on earth, sheesh. I wouldn't want what they got. Right. That's terrible. Damn. If Kim Kardashian makes you tremble at night, good night. Oof. No sweat. Keep going.
God. That ye may be strong.
That you may be what?
That ye may be strong.
Ye may be strong. Keep going.
And eat the good of the land.
Eat the good of the land, man. Take the good of the land. Take the good things out of this life. The things that give us strength, man. You understand? You could drop that. Go back to Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 12. You understand? Seek not their peace.
That was it, sir. Right.
Huh?
Slack said I was reading from 12, sir. Not Ezra 9 and 12. Slack it.
Yeah.
Okay, come.
Oh, Slack, that was from there. I got what you're saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, I dropped it from my fault, sir.
Yeah, no sweat.
Book of Ezra, chapter 9, verse 12.
Now,
therefore, give not your daughters unto their sons, neither take their daughters unto your sons, nor seek their peace or their wealth forever, that ye may be strong, and eat the good of the land,
right?
And leave it for an inheritance to your children forever.
And leave it to an inheritance for your children forever. Meaning, if you're a black woman and you go and you give, if you give yourself to a white man and you have babies with him, then your inheritance is now going back into the nation of Esau, man.
Right.
Or to a heathen nation, man. And you're supposed to leave it unto your children and to our family, man. Yeah, our people, man. You understand? You can't do that by marrying a heathen woman.
That's right.
All right. Drop that. You got any other questions? GP?
Yeah, I just want to see if we could read Tobit 4 and 12.
Go to Tobit 4 and verse 12. I believe it's dealing with the same topic as well, as far as you understand, like not giving yourself into these heathen, man. You understand what Tobit talking about?
Okay. The book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son.
Beware of all whoredom, man. You understand? Meaning, don't be a whoremonger, man. Like. Don't look at Kim Kardashian, man.
Right.
And think that is a wife.
Right.
That isn't a wife, man. You understand? Like how the scriptures say that the Lord gave us, I'm paraphrasing, but the Lord gave us like the animals, right, to be a meat unto thee, man.
Okay.
Right? Just because everything is an animal does not make it meat to us.
That's right.
You understand? Like the poor pig has flesh, shrimp has flesh and skin, just like a chicken. You understand? But a pig and shrimp and a chicken is not all meat unto us, man. Chicken is meat unto us.
Yeah, right.
But a pig and shrimp is not meat. It's not for us to eat, man.
That's right.
You understand? It's the same thing with women, man. You understand? Don't look at all women as if, oh, I can turn her into a wife. No, you can't, man.
Right.
That's not a wife. That's not a woman to conjoin yourself to, man. Like the scriptures say, you understand? All things may not be unlawful, but everything ain't expedient unto the Lord, man. You understand? Kim Kardashian is not a wife.
Right.
You understand? That prostitute on the street at 2:00 in the morning that's trying to give you a blowjob for $20. That is not a wife. No, you cannot take her and pay $20 for a blowjob and kidnap her and try to teach her the truth and change her life. No, you are a whore. You're a whoremonger. You
Right.
understand? That is a sin against the Lord. You are disgusting. Read that again.
Come. Book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
Right. You understand? Take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, man. Take someone from your family, man. You understand? Your family meaning from the children of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Keep going.
And take not a strange woman to wife.
And not a strange woman, a heathen woman. You understand? Someone who you do not understand.
That's right.
You don't get why white. How you gonna talk about Karen and then you marrying her?
Right.
You talk about Karen as if it's like the strangest thing. You don't understand Karen, but then you married a bitch. You understand? You married a bitch. How the hell you talk about Karen and then married a bitch? You stupid.
Good night.
Come on now. She gonna be the one calling the police at your cookout, sitting there in the back, like, damn, the police is coming. She gonna be, I'm ready to go. And she the one called the police, stupid bitch.
Good night.
Understand? Keep going.
Which is not of thy father's tribe. For we are the children of the prophets.
We are the what?
For we are the children of the prophets.
We're the children of the prophets, man. The children of the prophet that's in the Bible, man.
Right.
The black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. You understand? That's the children we are, man. You understand? That's who we should marry. Keep going.
Noe, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Hey, keep going.
Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred.
They did what?
And even that they married, even that they all married wives of their own kindred.
They married wives of their own kinfolk. You understand? Keep going.
And were blessed in their children. And their seed shall inherit the land.
And their seed shall inherit the land, man. Meaning what? If the Lord bless Abraham, man, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man, with a covenant. Well, then if you marry outside that covenant, well, then your children ain't going to inherit that land. If
Right.
you're a woman and you know that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you understand, through that lineage, got the blessing to be God's chosen people, and then you choose to go have sex with a white man, well, then you are choosing for your son that you got to carry for 9 months to be a goddamn heathen unto the Lord, man. And that is stupid. It's dumb. Why would you choose that?
Right.
That's let me make it plain for you, right? You got blue people and you got green people. And the green people are chosen by God. And the blue people in 10 years from now, God has promised the green people that he is going to kill all the blue people. Any blue people on earth, the Lord is going to kill them all. He doesn't care what they do. They're going to die. They only got 10 years to live. And so the blue people, in this scenario, the blue people just living up. They doing drugs, having sex, and just living their life because they know that God's going to kill them in 10 years. Right. But the green people are supposed to establish their life because they're going to live forever. If you marry a white man and you're a black woman, that is the equivalent of some stupid green person, some stupid green woman going to the blue people, finding a man, and having a baby that'll be born a blue child.
Right.
And you're supposed to love this child. But in 9 years, that child is going to die.
That's right.
You understand? This is what this is talking about, man. It's stupid. It's dumb.
Okay.
And you shouldn't do it, man. That's a heavy precept, man. You understand? Right. Is there any more on that?
Sir. If I could, the one more for the interracial, the example of the kids speaking the language of the mother that they're raised under.
You gotta pull it, but of course, I know what you're talking about. But if you gotta find it, you gotta pull it.
Come, sir.
If you want, or I can just paraphrase. But the point is that a kid is going to speak the language of a mother. Why? Because when you are a man, you're supposed to do what? You're going out to war. You're going out to fight. If you're a white man, what do you do? After you get children, what do?
You go to work.
You go to work, you go to the military.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you go to fight, you go to war, you go to the army. You understand?
Okay.
And who's teaching the child language at home?
The mother.
The mother, yeah. Who nurses the baby?
The mother.
The mother. So while she's nursing him, what language is she speaking to the child?
Her native language.
Her language.
Okay.
You understand? Who teaching the child in her young age, in the young years? The mother. Yeah. You understand? So that's why the Bible say that the child is going to grow learning the mother's language, man. Which is why it's important what?
It's like, sir, make sure that woman is of your lineage. I mean, of the same background, but same.
Your nation, otherwise your child going to look at you and say, Guten Tag. And you're going to say, what the fuck? It's Guten Tag. And she going to say, I was teaching them a little Russian. You know, Russian women, they got like a manly voice. They bet where God then called. Yeah. You say what? For food, right? Yeah, but I talked to some girls from Serbia. They from Serbia. They look bulldog. It's full of the bulldog. Come Serbia. We come here have all of that nasty shit. Salagia. All of that nasty stuff. It's ill. Why would I want to marry you? Is you hitting that and she go, daddy, like what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say daddy? Yeah, daddy. What? That is disgusting.
You ever play GTA 4?
Yeah, like Nico.
Sound like Nico Bellic.
Yeah,
Nico Bellic. That's how they all talk.
My name is Nico Bellic. I come from Russia, and I'm not taking no nonsense from no nigger. It's disgusting, man. Like, why don't you just talk to Tanisha or Shaquana, man? Just talk to goddamn, I don't know. Just talk to one of them black women from your school. Just be with her. Have sex with her.
That's right.
You understand her better. Where we at?
Oh, yeah. No, it's like, sir, I was just trying to find that verse. It's like, sir, do you know what that verse was? The children spoke at different times. I got
you. Make sure y'all sharing and liking this video, man. If you are a supporter of ISUPK, you part of ISUPK, remember that if you're watching these videos at home, your ISUPK is under constant attack from our enemies, man. And you understand it is a constant battle with us and our enemies, man. So liking and sharing these videos is how we defeat our enemies.
Right.
So like and share these videos, man. Because the more videos you like and that you don't like and don't share, is going to be another child who grows up thinking that being a gay man is okay. Because the LGBT community, they support each other.
That's right.
They don't even watch each other videos. All you got to post. I guarantee you, if I put this video as LGBT support, I guarantee you this video would get 1.4 million likes and 100,000 shares, and they didn't even watch the video. They don't even care. They just seen LGBTQ support, and they liked it and shared it. You understand? That's how we have to be as a nation, man. Like and share this video, man. Share it to everybody.
So like, precept is in Nehemiah chapter 13,
all right,
verse 23 and 24.
All right, no sweat. Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 23 and 24.
Okay. The book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, verse 23. In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod, of Ammon, and of Moab.
Meaning what? It was Jew, it was Israelites who was marrying after Chinese and Japanese people. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 24. And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod and could not speak in the Jews' language.
Meaning what? We forgot the language of the Lashwan Kodash, man. The Hebrew, man. Because they was nursed up learning the language of the women. Keep going.
But according to the language of each people. Verse 25. And I contended with them and cursed them and smote certain of them and plucked off their hair and made them swear by the Most High, saying, Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves. Verse 26.
Meaning, and you can stop there, but you understand. You understand the point, right? It's the same thing that Ezra said. You understand? It's the same thing that the precept before that was, man. You understand? It's a sin to sleep outside of your race. You cannot sleep with that white woman. Can't do it. It's a sin. You understand? You have to stop. If you would already, no sweat, get counsel. But if you ain't with a white woman, don't go and get one.
That's right.
Otherwise, you'll be in a bush like Kanye. All right. Any other questions?
Sir. Where exactly, if I could, where exactly in Leviticus do you find the dietary law?
It's Leviticus chapter. It's losing me. I almost want to say 17. It's 18. It's 18. I think it's losing me, but I'm thinking it's 17 or 18. What is it?
I believe 18 would listen to like can't marry like two sisters. I'm sorry. Kind of like I think verse 15 says,
to answer your question, it's not one chapter.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's not one chapter. I just know that there's a chapter where it speaks on the certain animals that divided at the hoof and things like that that you can't eat. But there's laws in Leviticus that speaks on what you can give to an Israelite versus what you can't give to an Israelite.
Okay.
I mean, to a non-Israelite or just laws like that. But go ahead. Where you at? Verse 15.
Oh, yeah. Well, Slack sir, if I could, there's one example, like Book of Leviticus, chapter 17, verse 15. And every soul that eateth.
Okay, go ahead. Oh. So it is 17, huh?
Oh, I'm just saying that there's one of them in here, sir. Like you were saying, it's not all in one place. Like, for example, right here in Leviticus chapter 17, verse 15. And every soul that eateth that which died of itself, or that which was torn with beasts, whether it be one of your own country or a stranger, he shall both he shall. No, never mind. That doesn't imply that's not what I was talking about.
Man, this is still a law that's concerning, the flesh of animals, though. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. 11. Yeah, there's one specific one where it speaks about the You would just look at divide of the hoof.
Because it's like Sir was right. He started at 2, Leviticus chapter 11, verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Verse 3. Whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven footed and cheweth the cud.
Right.
Among the beasts that ye shall that shall ye eat.
Right.
Okay. So basically, chapter 11's got a lot of them.
Yeah, so that's is where you would go to see what what you would eat and what you couldn't eat. You understand? All right, any other questions?
Come on, sir. Are there specific verses that I could go to just to say, the Bible is slack it. Bible is to, for, and about Israel. As in, like, I'm sure there's probably like too many or whatever.
Say that one question one more time.
Okay, verses specifically going and saying, the Bible is to, or these books are to, for, and about Israel. Like giving examples, I guess. I don't know.
So yeah, let's just put that. Kamikaze. Kamikaze. 1 second. If I could, bear with me 1 second.
It's like, what you reading?
Like I said, I was just going off about a list of maybe some precepts to say, the Bible is to, for, and about Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know the ones mainly like from the opposite test.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's some other ones that could point to and say, oh yeah, this also shows that these books, collection of books, are not for anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just saying, like, anything besides.
Well, like you said, the ones on the test are solid. Like,
they're
like those, like the strongest. They milk scriptures, but you can't get around most of that stuff.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of anything because now I'm trying to think is what's not on the test. What's on the test?
Okay, slack it.
So give me the ones you know.
Okay, basically ones from
just he wants to some other precepts for Israel being only Bible only being for Israelites.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So the ones on the test,
basically, I would go what I pulled from who Christ died for.
You got who Christ died for, though. That proves who he died for is who the Bible's for.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Even the color scriptures, you know what I'm saying? Deuteronomy 27, 28. All of that. The most high is racist.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? One good one I don't think is on the test is that is the one in Psalms. Or is that on the test? Actually, it might be on the
147, 19, and 20.
Yeah, I don't know if it's.
Yeah, that's on the test.
Well, then there you go. That's like you can't get past that one. How you gonna get past that one?
You can't.
You know what I'm saying? It's impossible.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Slack.
Slack for that. Where we at?
I took care of that, sir. Basically, just the test. I could use a test to. Yeah, kind of.
As far as what?
Oh,
the same question.
Yeah, kind of about Bible is 2 and 4 about Israel, but basically you just use the test. I was just looking for anything other than what's on the test to use, but they're too.
Yeah, I would even break it down further than that. As far as the Bible is for Israelites, but it's also not even like the mysteries of what Christ spoke is not even for everybody. How do you know?
Okay, kind of, yeah. That
GP. His disciples didn't understand everything, but how do you know that even Christ didn't want everybody? Like when Christ was speaking, he didn't care for everybody to understand.
Come on, sir, because he spoke in parables.
He spoke in parables. If Christ wanted everybody to understand what he was saying, he would have been what?
Spoke plainly.
Give him a hand. Give him a hell yeah. That's being on point. He's paying attention. Yeah, he would have spoke plainly. You understand? But he didn't speak plainly. He spoke in parables because it wasn't for everybody to understand, and because he didn't speak plainly, you understand, like it was hard to accept what he was teaching, which is why John the Baptist didn't accept Christ. Why? Because Christ said what?
Eat of my flesh and drink of my blood.
Christ said, eat of my flesh and drink of my blood. That's not speaking plainly.
Right.
That's not saying, hey, just do what I say or just follow what I say. That's something that sounds cannibalistic. You understand? And so to them, it's like, I don't know if we can follow him. You understand? And that's what being in the ISUPK is about.
That's right.
You understand? Some women come into the ISUPK and they come in here only to find a husband. You understand? If you from Philly, then you know that's what all the Muslims do. All the Muslims, they go to Philly and they become Muslims, and the women up there, they decide to put on them ninja suits and them hijabs and shadibs and all of that stuff, and they be Muslims just to find a man when really they don't believe in Islam.
Right.
They don't believe in that God. And sometimes you have a woman who will come into the truth and do the same thing. They'll come in here and they Shalom Yahweh Shema Shema all day, but really they don't believe in your God. They don't believe in the God that you serve. But the difference between us and the Muslim I want to say Muslim church. Good night. The difference between us and Islam is that in here we're gonna test your faith.
That's right.
And here you gonna come in here and say Shalom all of that. But then we'll test your face when your man gets another wife.
Right.
We'll see if you believe. We'll see what God you serve then, because then you'll be tested. You understand? But of course, anywhere else you don't get that. You understand? Does that answer your question?
Yeah, come on.
Christ doesn't want everybody. You understand? He wanted the people who the Lord chooses, man. You understand? Any other question? Any other question? If you could, see me one more time.
Okay. It's like, sir, if I could, what can I show, or is there a specific verse I could use to say to show that the Most High in the Old Testament is the same as the Most High in the New Testament? That nothing changed.
You can use there is nothing new under the sun. You can use the scripture, and I think it's in the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and 2, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's another scripture, and
Malachi chapter 3 and verse 6.
And Hebrews. Oh, you got your own precept. Yeah, you can pull that one. But there's one in the book of Hebrews that says the exact same thing as another book. I think it was Psalms. But there's many cases in which you go into the Old Testament and it'll say one thing. You go into the New Testament and it literally verbatim says the exact same thing. You understand? It doesn't change. But we can read the precept that Thabawan pulled. I think Malachi chapter 10 and 4 or 4 and 10. Thabawan. 3 and 6. Malachi 3 and 6. After this, we definitely over the time, so I ain't gonna be able to get in a topic, but there's just one precept I will pull. Also, for the other question, if you go to Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 9, it basically, breaks down that the mysteries are revealed to those who obey the Most High.
Okay. It's the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not.
Yeah, what?
For I am the Lord, I change not.
I am the Lord, I change not. You understand? Christ didn't come to change anything.
That's correct.
You understand? He's under the orders of the Most High, and the Most High does not change. That's perfect precept. Give him a hand. Yeah. perfect precept. All right, now ask your question. Go ahead.
Oh, Slacker, sir. And the one you're asking for that goes with Hebrew 10 and 16 is Jeremiah 31 and 33.
Yeah, I figured it was in Jeremiah. You could go ahead and read Jeremiah.
Okay.
It is in the Old Testament, if I'm not mistaken.
Go.
Anybody else got a microphone? Or you could you get Hebrews 10 and 6? Is 10 and 6 or 10 and 16?
10 and 16, sir.
10 and 16. If you could, Baba Kashah, just real quick. I just want to make this as fast as possible.
Come.
You got Jeremiah.
Come. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31.
Tabu, are you there?
Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 16.
All right, so we go to the Old Testament. Read what you got.
Come. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel.
Hold on one second. Tabu.
The book of Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 16.
This is one is in the Old Testament, one is in the New Testament, right? Read what you got.
This is the covenant that I will make with them after those days, saith the Lord.
Keep going.
I will put my laws into their hearts.
I will put my laws to their hearts. My Shah.
Come. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts.
They will put their law in their inward parts. Keep going.
Come. And write it in their hearts.
And write it in their hearts. Tabu.
And in their minds will I write them.
And in their minds will I write them. Keep going.
Verse 17. And their sins and iniquities will I remember no more.
And my Shah.
Come. It will be their power, and they shall be my people.
Is there any more on that?
I go verse 34. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor.
Yeah, I would stop there, right? So meaning what? That Hebrews and Jeremiah is both doing what?
The same verse.
They're saying the same exact thing.
Come.
All right, where we at other than that?
After Malachi and that, I think that.
Any other question? Any other question we can answer real quick?
Not very quick. Sir, I'll quick. Yeah, you go ahead, sir.
Sure. All right, give me Revelations chapter 10 and verse 1.
Okay.
You understand? Like I said, man, the Lord's mercy is gonna run out, man.
Yeah, right.
It's time for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to wake up and stop living the way that they've been living, man. Stop being so damn selfish, man. You understand? Like, it's time. Like, there comes a time in a person's life where they realize that the life that they have is not of their own, and because the life that they have is not of their own, they can no longer do the things that they choose to do. You understand? Or have once chosen to do, and that they now have to live in ordinance of what the Most High wants us to do, man. Right. And that's time right now, man, to come strong into the truth, man. To start wanting to actually live so that your children can live and not die in this place, man. You understand? If you want to subside from that pain and that terror, then there's some things that you got to do, man. The scriptures say to make your election sure, which is what we're doing in the Isupk under Commander General Yohana, man. That's what we've been trained to do and taught to do, man. You understand? Read what you got.
It's book of Revelation, chapter 10, verse 1. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud.
So now this is the John the Revelator, man. He's seeing an angel, man. You understand? He's seeing a prophecy that is going to happen, man. This vision that he's having is a prophecy that is going to happen. Keep going.
And a rainbow was upon his head. And his face was as it were the sun.
So now he's seeing an angel, man. And the angel got a rainbow upon his head. What is the significance of that rainbow that is upon this angel's head?
Select, sir, if I could, the rainbows what was shown after the great flood, after God destroyed the world with the flood.
It was, but what's the significance here? Like, this angel is coming, but the reason that he has a rainbow on his head, meaning what?
He's going to create great destruction again.
Remember, like, if you ever seen like cartoons and they had like the light bulb go off on your head, it means what?
Oh, you found an idea.
They thought of something, right? It's on their mind.
Come.
The rainbow is on this angel's mind because he's coming to do something, but the way that he's going to do it, he's not going to do it by flooding the earth.
Come.
You understand? Because of that covenant, and it's on his mind, and John can see it. But he knows that this angel is coming to do something, But he's letting you know, I'm not gonna flood the earth. Oh no, I ain't gonna do that. You understand? You see the rainbow, right? Keep going.
And his face was as it were the sun,
Mm-hmm.
and his feet as pillars of fire.
And his feet were as pillars of fire, man. Destruction. Keep going. We're gonna get it out of here real quickly. Come on.
Verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
And he had in his hand a little book open. And he set his right foot upon the sea.
He set his right foot upon the sea, and there was destruction in the ocean. There was destruction in the sea on them islands, on them Navy battleships. You understand? On them spacecraft carriers, and I mean aircraft carriers and things like that. Keep going.
And his left foot was on the earth.
On the military bases, on America. You understand? That destruction, that pillar of fire was on America and in the earth. Keep going.
Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
And cried with a loud voice, as when a lion roareth. And when he had cried, 7 thunders uttered their voices.
The 7 thunders uttered their voices. And what are these thunders saying? What is this destruction saying?
7 thunders.
For time's sake, that there is no time left.
That's right.
That this is it. You understand? At this point, it's over. When you see this angel, it's done. There is no more going to church. There is no more trying to find the class and changing your life.
Right.
There is no more, read my mind, topic of the class. There is no more what?
Time for
Tabor. There is no more mercy. There is no more. It's ran out. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 4. And when the 7 thunders, 7 thunders had uttered their voices,
I
was about to write, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me.
So when he was saying, when the 7 thunders was uttering their voices and the time was up, John was about to take note of this. Keep going.
And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, seal up those things which the 7 thunders uttered, and write them not.
The angel said, don't even write this down. Why is he saying don't write this down? For Tom, go ahead.
Oh, so like, sir, you don't want to give them warning?
Nah. We've been all the prophets in the Bible, Paul, Jeremiah, Nehemiah, there's some other prophets, man. It's losing me. Isaiah. All these prophets, they've been given warnings. They've all give warnings of what was to come, man. You understand? Under Christ and under the Most High, they've all been given warnings. So it's not that he doesn't want them to give a warning, but it's the point of what? Why is he saying don't even write this down? For time's sake, I'm gonna give it to you because it's absolutely pointless. Because why? Because what has run out?
The
mercy. So what the hell is the point? You understand? There's no point in giving them this warning because once this angel is here, it's done. It's over. The doors of the schools are shut. The camps are gone. You understand? Moses' ship is, Noah's ship is closed. There is no more mercy. Now, the only thing you got now is to die. That's the only thing, that's the only option you got, to drown. You understand? Keep going. Of course, this time you won't drown. All right? This time you won't drown, which is the point of the rainbow, but you nonetheless, you get my point. Keep going.
Verse 5. And the angel which I saw stand upon the sea and upon the earth.
And which is so, and I'm going over the time I know, but it's so disgusting of Christians to even look at the rainbow as some sort of salvation. Right. They speak proudly of the rainbow. That means that God will never flood the earth again. What the fuck does that mean? What they do, nigga? You won't drown? Not like you can't die from a bullet hole.
Right.
Not like you can't die from a goddamn earthquake.
Right.
Not like God can't send COVID-19 to murder you, right, or some strange white boy to shoot you in the store. The hell are you talking about?
Right.
You understand? The Lord, you know how many ways the Lord can, they got a show, I don't know if it's still airing, they got a show that's called 1,000 Ways to Die. You think the Lord runs out of ways to kill you? What the hell is wrong with you? You understand? You don't need like, the rainbow on his head, he ain't gonna flood you. Right. But you will die. You understand? Can you read that again?
The book of Revelation, chapter 10, verse 5. And the angel which I saw stand upon the sea and upon the earth lifted up his hand to heaven. Verse 6. And swear by him that liveth forever and ever. Who created heaven and the things that are therein are. And the earth and the things that are therein are.
Keep going.
And the sea and the things which are therein,
Uh-huh.
that there should be no time no longer.
There should be what?
That there should be time no longer.
That there should be what?
That there should be time no longer.
Meaning mercy has ran out.
That's right.
There's no more time. You ran out of your time. Keep going.
Verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
But in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of the Most High should be finished, as he hath declared to his servants, the prophets.
And as he hath declared to his servants, the prophets, man. The Lord, what Christ say? That the mystery of the Lord is only given unto the prophets, man. You understand? Meaning we hear the Christ said what? That his sheep hear his voice. You understand? And we've been trying to tell these people, we've been trying to tell all people what? That the Lord is coming back to destroy our oppressor for the crimes that he's committed, man. That we cannot eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster, man. That we can't marry unto our oppressor, man. Right. We've been telling all people that we cannot celebrate Christmas and the 4th of July, and they didn't listen. They told us that we was wearing Power Rangers costumes. They told us that we was in a cult. Right. They told us that we were crazy, man. You understand? And we've been teaching them, we've been giving them the warnings, and they didn't listen. And now their time is up. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 8. And the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again and said, slack it, verse 7, slack it. No, verse 8.
You good.
It said, go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel, which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth. Verse 9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up.
Now, what is this little book that he's taking?
It's like, sir, if I made the names of people to be killed.
No.
Oh, people be saved.
Nope. Who else wanted to have a shot? What is this little book that John is taking? The fact that it's like I don't want to give it to you. Anybody else want to take a shot? I want y'all to get this one. What is this book?
The record, sir. Law, statute. No.
Remember, John is writing. Okay. You understand? We know that what do we know about what John the Revelator wrote? What is evident what John wrote?
The end of days.
Where did the writings of John the Revelator go?
What did they know?
Where did they go?
Oh, where did they go? Yeah.
Where did the writings and the records of John the Revelator end up?
Oh, in the Bible.
They're in the Bible,
okay.
Right? And what is John? And this point, when John is talking to the angel, he's trying to do what? He's trying to write what? More what? More records.
Come.
And the angel is saying what?
Nah.
Don't write nothing else. Okay. And in the hand of the angel is the what?
The rest of the record.
It's the what?
The rest of that book.
It's the what?
The Revelation.
It's the what?
The Bible.
It's the Bible. Huh. It's all records. You understand? Which is why this one written in it. You understand me? He closed the book. It's done. This is what you got. You want your warning? This is it. This is it. You better listen to Jeremiah.
Okay.
You better listen to Paul and Peter. You better listen to Christ. You better listen to Moses. These are the records that you got. This is your warning. You understand? Because in that day, once the angel stands with his foot in the ocean and on land, it's over. Okay. You understand? Which is why he said, stop writing. Close the book. Which is why the book ends on what? This book ends where? Tabuan?
Chapter 22.
Tabuan, go ahead. You got it. It ends in Revelations. It ends with him. Because this is it. You understand? Because after this, ain't nothing else. You understand? Keep going. And this is the book that is in his hand. Keep going.
And he said unto me, take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in their mouth sweet as honey.
Now, who can explain that? In thy belly it'll be bitter, but in thy mouth it'll be sweet, like honey. Let me see if there's any more that'll give it to you. Hold on. Just read all the way through to 11, and we're going to break it down and get up out of here.
Come. Verse 10. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up. And it was in my mouth, sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it up, my belly was bitter. Verse 11. And he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations, and tongues and kings.
Now, when the angel said, take this book and eat it, and in our mouth it'll be like sweet honey, but in our stomach it'll be bitter. What does it mean? What is it saying?
It's like, sir, if I could, at first, hearing about the truth, it's miraculous. It's glorious. It's the greatest thing you heard. But then when you start following, but it becomes bitter when you start having to, follow those laws, statutes, and commandments.
What is this angel representation of?
Death, sir.
Death in what way? Anybody else want to take a shot? You got it?
Oh, Most High's
Anybody else want to take a shot at it? What is this angel representing?
Most High's punishment on earth.
The end of this world as we know it.
Yeah,
that's what that angel is. You understand? And because that angel is the end of this world as we know it, when he is when he takes in these records, meaning when we read this, like a lot of, like, my favorite scripture is Joel chapter 2, right? A lot of you know this. And Joel chapter 2 speaks on what will happen in those last days when Christ comes back and we in war and we standing side by side and we marching and we killing people and we ain't falling down by the sword and we running as fast as, and here it sounds good. And here everybody's like, Kwam Yashala, yeah, death to the heathens, death to the Edomites, death and destruction, bring terrorists, yeah. But then when a terrorist shoots 10 people in your grocery store, it's what?
It's bitter.
It's bitter. It's bitter when it happens. It's bitter when those babies actually start to die. You get brothers in hills say, I can't wait to take babies by the hill and smash their head across the rock. It saddens you when you have to do it. It saddens you when you see it done. It saddens you when it happens to your son because he decided to still sell drugs. It hurts you when you see your grandmother die because she decided to celebrate Christmas.
Right.
It hurts you when the things that you are prophesying comes to pass. It hurts you. You teach all day that 2/3 of the nation of Israel shall be cut off forever. And when you say it, it sounds good because you in here with the brothers. You in here and you say, oh yeah, 2/3 of the nation of Israel are going to be cut off forever. But you forgot about your mother.
Okay.
You forgot about her. You forgot about your children. You forgot about them. You forgot about your aunts and your uncles and your friends that you also love. You forgot to include them, that the nation of 2/3 shall be cut off forever. And then they will die. And so in the mouth, it is as sweet as honey. But when it happens, meaning when it goes down, you understand? Ain't that what black people say? When it starts to go down, it's going to hurt. It's going to be bitter.
Right.
And it's not a game. You understand? Which is why you should take this job very seriously. Because John wanted to write those records so that he can warn his people. Because John cared about his people. The angel stopped him from that. Here we are with a chance with the records that was given to warn our people. So you must go to camp. Okay. You must hold these classes down. You must hold these debates. You must battle because you don't want that fate to happen unto your people because you know that it will be bitter to you to withstand those things. You understand?
Okay.
Which is why we take up the job that we do. And it's the hardest job on the face of the planet Earth. You understand? It's a hard job to care for the lives of the unrighteous. It's a righteous job to care for the lives of the unrighteous, man, because we know their fate and they do not. But yet we're trying to save them from it, man. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class to the preaching officer, Maya Shaw.
Okay. All right, security announcements. We the Isupk out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Johanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3 and 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew is pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation is the Feast of First Fruits.
Yeah, it's a Feast of First Fruits, and I could interject 1 second, man.
Okay.
You understand? Don't how can I put this? When we holding these convocations and these high holy days, man, and these feasts, don't take it lightly. You understand? Like these days was given unto us from the Most High, man. You understand? Like remember the times when you was in the world and Christmas was coming up, or Thanksgiving was coming up, or the 4th of July was coming up, or Valentine's Day was coming up. Right. Remember those times where you scrounged around and you fought to get off your slave, and you fought to make sure that you got your hotel room out in Albuquerque with your family so that you can celebrate Christmas, and you fought to make sure that you'll be at your grandmama's house on Thanksgiving, man. Right. Remember that same spirit that you had, man, and put that same effort into this, man. Put that same effort into the Feast of First Fruit, man. Make it your duty to put an importance on this that you understand that it just make the feast the shine, the glory of the feast with this shine, man. You understand? Okay. Don't treat it like, oh man, this is it's just the Feast of First Fruits, Right. You understand? Treat this like how you would treat it like Christmas, man. Treat it like you would treat like Halloween, man. Treat it like that, man. And it's a glorious time for us, man, because it's of the Lord, man.
That's right.
You understand? And I'm gonna tell you something. The more importance you put on these feasts and these high holy days, the more people is gonna gravitate towards that, man. The more people that's gonna look at that and they're gonna say, what is that? What is you getting all prepared for what? The Feast of First Fruits? And they're gonna be like, you understand? Well, let me check it out.
Right. You
understand? But if you at home and you just like, oh yeah, I gotta go, it's the feast today. Feast of First Fruits. I'm about to go, but I'll be back tonight. I'll be back at 8:00 p.m. Come on, man. Don't do that, man. Don't sell the Lord short, man.
Okay.
You understand? The Feast of First Fruits coming up. I don't know when I'm gonna be back home. I'm gonna be with my brothers somewhere turning up, just like every Christian in the world that turns up during Christmas, man.
Right.
And we're going to have the time of our lives, man. A time of rest in this hellhole, man. A time where we can come together the same way we do it for the Passover, man. And we're going to have the best time of our lives on these days, man, because the Lord gave us these days for that, man.
Right.
You understand? And, of course, to remember him, man. And so put that spirit back on these high holy days, man, because it's all we got. It's all we got in this hell, man. You understand? That's it.
Come. Remind Akim and Aquathian to check on social media such as isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. Mm-hmm. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or a scarf. And with that,